Well, guys, I'm back. I returned to high school to meet the 4 women I left in my past. That's out of frame, so that's my bad. Also, I just realized that is not a buy-in. That the game's actually doing that. The game has made a black square, so that's interesting. Anyway, so I actually don't remember much of what I did in this game. There's only one specific memory that people won't let me live down, so take it with a grain of salt. Start a new game. Please enter my name. I will be Penguin. Hey! Oh, actually, didn't I give everyone voices? Hey! Hey! No. Hey! No, that sounds... Hey! 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 That's a good voice. I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she's drawing to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor, and a good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today. But it kind of works. It kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently. I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I was feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Aha! I overslept. Oh, that was wrong. Aha. I overslept again. I overslept again. But I caught up to you this time. Maybe because I only decided to stop and wait for you. You say it like you're thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Penguin. Well, people stare at you if you're acting rude. And I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you wanted to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to our school. As we draw near, the streets become incredibly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Penguin, have you decided on joining a club yet? On a club to join yet? Club? I told you already, I'm not interested in... Oh, that's me, sorry. I told you already, I'm not interested in joining any other clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm not sure it's possible that I did. In one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content of just getting by on the average, while spending my free time on games and anime. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I was worried about you not learning to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And you're supposed to be happy now, but I died. At the thought of you becoming a neat in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? I didn't keep myself worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me that you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why did I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relate to her. I guess seeing her worry about me so much even makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside her head. To school. The school day is as ordinary as ever. And it's over before I know it. After I pack my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sarah wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no other choice but to start with the anime club. Hello! Sayori? Sayori must have come to the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting there and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me. It's gonna make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement. So, I thought, know what? Well, I thought you can come join my club. Sayori. Yeah! There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori's the vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought she would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show off interest in the proposed club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature are guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please! Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kinda told the club yesterday I would bring a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori's really that much in her head, or if she's so cunning to have planned all this out. Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes! Let's go! Unless today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sierra across the school and up the stairs to a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Siri, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, this is the new member here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the classroom. Seems pretty empty to me. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure to meet you. Sirius always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere! Ah, Penguin. What a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All worlds escape me in this situation. This club. My nose is running. This is the wrong time to film. It's full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with a really sore attitude, who's apparently named Natsuki, is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says quietly into my ear and then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears to be apparently more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet the both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Penguin. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile again generally feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, Penguin. We made room for you at the table, so you can come sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them, I get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. How about I make some tea as well? There looks like a few desks arranged to form a table. Siri mentioned it would be wide open, so there'd be one space next to Monica and one space next to Siri. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs the wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Siri. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Oh boy! Oh what? Oh what? Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray and reveals a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears. So cute! I had no idea we were good at this, but sorry, Monica's a little dyslexic. I had no idea you were this good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry up and take one. Sarah grabs the first one, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sarah talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around my fingers, looking at its best angle to take a bite. Natsuki's quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to bite? I finally bite down. Guessing a sweet, full flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this from somewhere? Made them for you or anything. Well, I thought you technically did. Siri said, well, maybe. But it's not for you, you know, dummy. Alright. Jesus. Go on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. He returns to the table, carrying his tea set. She carefully pushes the teacup in front of each one of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, some hot, nice cup of tea help you enjoy a good book. I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Or you're just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted. Yuri looks away. I meant to say that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be the pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and then smiles at me. So what made you consider yourself for the literature club? I was afraid to ask this question. Somebody tells me I shouldn't tell Monica what I was practically dragged here by Sierra. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sierra seemed really happy here, so... That's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you're right. Well, like I said, Monica's a little dyslexic. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make sure the club is fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member of any major clubs. Weren't you a leader at the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about budget and publicity, and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take some responsibility and personally enjoy making something special out of it. And if that encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really sure is a great leader. Harry also nods in agreement. I'm surprised there aren't more people in this club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are interested in putting all of the effort into starting something new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that it's both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like festivals much more and more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow in this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it! Oh, that was more like a Sonic. You know it! You know it.
You know it.
That's gonna have to be your voice for now.
You know it.
Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Except for me. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have really worked hard to find these three. Maybe that's why they were so delighted about the idea of a new club we were doing. Although I still don't really know if I can keep up their level of enthusiasm about literature. Hold on. I gotta like get a tissue or something. This is killing me. Like seriously. I hate having a runny nose. Especially like while I'm filming. That sucks. So, Penguin, what kinds of things do you like to read? That's the wrong voice. So, Penguin, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have any good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she really wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that could change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking, seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story is such a foreign world is incredibly impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her readings. She seems to be so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books and not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me in the world. Isn't it amazing how a writer can be so deliberate in taking you off your own lack of imagination and completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Ah! I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I can't really put it down. Surreal horror is often the success of challenging the way, or changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind the last club meeting. It looked like you were working on the poem called... Don't say it out loud! And give that back! Fine, fine. Your cupcakes and your poems. Everything about you do is just cute as you are. Sierra slides up behind you, puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truth from writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up your readers and expose your vulnerabilities, and showing that even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel more comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll share them with each other. That way everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! So now we have a new member, and I think it will help us get all a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Penguin? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on. There is still one problem. Eh? What's that? Now that we're back into the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what has been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Siri may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decisions. I still have other clubs to look at, and all four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. Hold on, I gotta like sneeze or something. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought. You all. I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make my clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if rotten potence is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I will join the literature club. Again.